right here.
I saw that story yesterday when
Mhm.
it broke, and I'm thinking, how sad. Two lives
It's
lost forever. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
one
Well,
deceased, and the other one, she just ruined her
she's
whole
what
life.
only 20 years old too, I think, both of them, or about 20. But she's going to go away. With any luck at all, she will just go away for a long, long
A
period of
very long
time.
time.
And I'll tell you what, you think the prison unit, central prison, where the men are housed, is bad. The women's section, those can be some violent people in there. Oh
Yes.
my goodness gracious! And
She's going to
so
be hanging out with the,
she's going to be hanging out with the worst of the worst.
yes, yes.
So,
20 years of age,
yep,
too.
you're done.
All over a drug. Well, Kelly sent us I don't know if you saw what she sent us yesterday. She sent us a copy of the brochure where she's at right now. They're doing talking about drugs and stuff,
Uh huh.
but the opioid and addiction crisis by the numbers, more than 107,000 drug overdose deaths occurred in the United States in the 12 months ending in July 2022, a 4.5% year over year increase
Hmm.
according to the CDC
Yeah.
predictions. So thanks, Kelly, for that.
Well, I'm going to have to go widen the camera because this is Facebook and I'm looking at, and it is tight.
Is it again?
Yes, it is.
Let me get my Facebook over here. I know I'm telling you, I think you have spirits that roam
They're
this
they're,
house
they're
at
walking
night.
around here somewhere. So I'll get up in a minute and go change it over. This overdose stuff is just getting to be out of control. It's ridiculous. Um, all for the sake of some stupid little pills that look like another pill that they would buy, or hydrocodone or whatever. It's stamped with that.
Yes.
It's pressed by the cartel in Mexico.
Whoa, that is close up.
Yeah. They get the raw material in. The cartel has got its own drug manufacturing places, and they put it all together in a pill form and press it, and then they sell it. You don't know how you think that cartel is the brightest group of chemists in the world? They can't measure fentanyl. They're
Well,
only trying to put just a very small amount in it, but it is so it's like a few grains of sand,
yes. They only
less
have
than that.
one thing in mind, and that's make that buck.
Making all the money they can.
Trying to addict everybody in the
And
United
I think
States.
China is trying to kill all of the people they can.
Oh,
Think about that. You could go to war. World War II, 300 plus thousand Americans were killed in 3.5 years.
right.
In 1 year, fentanyl overdoses, 107,000 Americans.
Right.
So they are killing people at the rate of a World War II. That's what they're doing. Why haven't we declared war on somebody that's killing that many Americans?
Yeah,
Explain that to me.
we've got to do something.
We
I
say we
mean,
got a war on drugs. Yeah,
yes,
show me.
yes.
What's the war on drugs? Opening the border, let them come in,
Well,
depopulate America,
I
killing
think,
off the young people.
correct me if I'm wrong, but did not this drug usage, the drug availability, all that increased after we stopped working on the wall
Yep.
and after we walked away from the wall?
And there's no way to stop it. There's no way to stop it with an open border.
No, no. We've got to. We've got to take measures. We've got to
Mhm.
stop this. We're losing people every day because of this.
Yeah, we are.
People are becoming addicted.
And Kelly's firsthand right now. She's down in Hot Atlanta
That's
looking
it.
at
She's in
talking
hot
this stuff.
Atlanta.
Hey, Kelly.
Hey, how are you guys?
See, you
Okay.
made it through the night okay, huh?
Yeah, we did. Went to a lot of Braves games last night. It was good. They won, so that was a good
Yay.
thing.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that. I was so jealous.
that was good. I wanted to talk a little bit about that brochure I sent you.
Yes.
It talked about the $107,000 drug overdose from July 21 to July 22, which is a 4.5 year-over-year increase, which is a big deal. And the other thing, it talked about the highest age-adjusted overdose death rate was the 35 to 44-year-old age range.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
But one of the things that I did not know until yesterday was there has been a 28% increase in drug overdose deaths among adults over the age of 65.
Wow.
Actually, yeah, and this is the largest increase of any age group.
Did they give any kind of indication or reason why that age group?
Yeah, well, a lot of it is because, as a nation, because of when the opioid deaths, deaths from opioids or prescription drugs started, prescription drugs are hard for pain, are hard to get now.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
makes
so
sense.
one of the things that they're looking at is, as a person gets older, they tend to, have more pain and are prescribed more pills. And as a result, even though the pills will reduce per se, a person's pain doesn't just go away. And so one of the things they think has been happening is they have sought, basically illegal pills, that kind of thing. So they think that that's one of the reasons why that number has gone up. And then there was a 23% increase in synthetic opioid overdoses, other than just methadone. So basically, fake opioid pills, I
Yep.
guess, is how I would put that.
Yep.
And I'm actually going to be taking one of the classes I'm going to. First one at 8 o'clock, I have to be in the xylazine class, which xylazine is coming up as one of the most deadly drugs out there currently. It has now made its way into North Carolina. I do know that. And it is awful. Not only does it basically zombie you out, but it also, it's like almost like flesh eating. I mean, it's in pill form.
Yeah, we
So,
talked
and it-
about that. Isn't that the one
Yeah.
that resists Narcan also?
Yes, it's a mess. So I think that will be a very packed class this morning. And the other thing I'm going to be taking this afternoon is, so the cartels have kind of gotten smart, I guess, and they have started creating a lot of basically just fake pain pills, and they are made to look almost completely identical to pain pills, where it is almost impossible to tell the difference.
Huh.
And they're full of fentanyl, and they're being sold. So if a person thinks they're buying, let's say, oxycodone, for example, they're not. It looks like an oxycodone. They're even getting the numbering down, and because pills are numbered, but they're fentanyl. So as people are overdosing at a very high rate, buying these fake pills. So I'm going to take a class on that, and they're talking about how law enforcement is going to be trying to track that, which is going to be interesting class. It's going to be very eye-opening.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm very curious. Yeah.
Well,
So
bring
it's interesting. A lot of people here.
back a lot of good information.
Well, why
I will
don't you
bring it
talk
back
about
to
the streets of Atlanta you were telling us yesterday? Excuse me.
I lived in California years ago, and I've been down to where Skid Row is. In downtown Atlanta, there's a lot of tent cities just on the sidewalk. When we came in on Sunday evening, I was not prepared because I was in Atlanta a few years ago, and it wasn't like this. The homeless problem is very, very bad here, but I was very shocked to see all the tents set up on the sidewalk, homeless, and there were a lot.
Wow.
You could see the drug use. You could see the one guy I'm fairly certain was on xylazine right near the hotel, just based on the way he was acting. It's definitely dangerous at night to walk around down here, and in parts of it I absolutely would not recommend. It's very sad, and I got frustrated because I made a comment, someone that, we're letting people in the border every day, and spending money, giving health care and phones and housing, when we should be going to these big cities and taking care of our own citizens first, and then worrying about everybody else. It's very frustrating.
Not the way it works anymore, girl. Not the way it works.
No.
It's really sad. Very
I
sad.
just want to call in and say hi. I miss you guys. So
Well, we miss
I'll
you.
see you later. I'm gathering info, and I'll keep you posted on what I learn.
Yes, interesting stuff you've been sending us.
Sad
I'm
and
still
interesting.
jealous.
Yep.
Well,
All right, y'all have a good day.
thank
You
you.
too.
It's Kelly, our partner in crime down there in Hotlanta
Yes.
at one of those drug conferences, one of the things she has to go to. So anyway,
Yeah, but she's so educated on that.
Oh, she
and
is.
learns more and more every
she
day.
deal well. A lot of her clients are in the counseling business. They need her help, and that's one of the deals. So, I good for her for doing it. That's all I can tell you. That will be the one thing. Somebody like that needs to do it, and I'm glad Kelly is one of those.
I am too.
All right,
Yeah.
let's
Other
see.
news.
Yeah.
Terrible news coming out of Louisville, Kentucky yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that.
Disgruntled employee that was about to be fired.
Yeah, at her bank. He's only
Yes.
25 years old,
Yes.
and I just don't get. I don't understand.
Oh, it's just this one right here. There we go.
Is that what's going on?
I'm telling you, there's spirits in here this
There
morning.
are. I don't know what they are, but anyway.
You started it talking about your sleep by numbers bed
Oh, that thing was going kind of crazy.
all by
It's,
itself.
by its lonesome.
Up and down.
So
I would have left the house,
Robbie
gone
had
to
to
the
get it.
hotel.
Robbie got it reprogrammed, and she has to do it from her phone. I'm looking. What?
Oh yes, there's so much you can do by your phone, and I know you don't like
I'm
doing
not
that.
going to do that.
I can sit here and adjust my thermostat at home right now.
Yeah, well, she can too. Not
Yes.
going to do it.
No, it's so easy.
So no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Not for me.
Look right
No.
here.
No.
I'm just going to change my.
What
Oh,
the-
mine's on eco right now. It's set at 56, but it's 68 inside.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
My phone, I make phone calls on it, and that's bad enough. So whatever. Okay, and I got a computer that's gone absolutely bonkers as
Oh,
well
wow.
this morning now. So
Well,
that ought to be a
we
lot
were
of fun.
talking last week in Tennessee, the House of Representatives, and they voted to expel
Yep.
2 of the 3, the
Yeah.
Nashville 3, out of the House of Representatives. Well, one
now-
of them, Justin Jones, has already got his position back because the Nashville City Council voted unanimously 36-0 to put him back in that position while they wait for a new election, a special
Mhm.
election, which more than likely he'll get reelected.
Mhm.
And I think Memphis is going to be voting tomorrow to put Justin Pearson back in. So what a crazy mess that was.
I'm not sure why. Well, I don't even know how that whole mess worked.
Well, the State House of Representatives said that by staging their protest on the floor, that they brought dishonor and discredit to the House of Representatives. Now, I understand what they were trying to do. That they have their beliefs. They're all for enforcing gun laws and making new gun laws. That's what they want. But
Uh-huh.
to stage a protest in the middle of the workday on the
It's
workroom
wrong.
floor was not really the right way to go about it.
Mhm.
I mean, I have to give them kudos for staying true to themselves, but it was just such a mess.
Yeah.
And it could have been a lot worse had the highway patrol not gone up in the gallery and removed all the protesters. So, but it's been an interesting story. A lot has been brought out about it. And now there's accusations of racism because the 2 gentlemen that were expelled from the Tennessee House of Representatives are both black men.
Yep.
And the woman, Gloria Johnson, she's a white woman. She just missed by 1 vote getting
Yeah.
expelled.
She was
So-
almost. But
so now she's out there touting racism. So I don't think this mess is over with yet.
I don't either. Why don't we go ahead and take a
Yes,
break, and
take
I'm
a
gonna go
break.
fix these. Reboot the camera again.
We're going to try to get everything back. Yeah, so you're going to see us go off camera for just a minute, but we'll be right back
Yeah,
on.
you're live.
Connection's still there.
You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom, 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back.
You can save just by being you. DriveWise in the Allstate mobile app gives you personalized driving feedback. And by adding it to your policy, you can save for driving safe just by being yourself. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Not available in every state. Savings based on DriveWise and other state driving discounts. Savings vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for spring, and you should be too, with the Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series. These lawn tractors are engineered for strength, comfort, and versatility. Each machine features a strong deck with a variety of sizes available, designed to deliver a premium cut. An assortment of attachments and accessories sold separately allow you to use your mower for more than just cutting grass. Stop by Mills International Incorporated today and find out how the Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series is tailored to help unlock all the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and superior service.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many, many more from your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things cost less. Down home, down the street on the Richlands Highway in Jacksonville and Main Street in Maysville. How about a 2-pound bag of Bright Leaf hot dogs for just $7.99? Grade A baking hens are only 99 cents a pound. Smoked shank ham portions, $1.59 a pound. Smithfield spiral sliced half hams are only $2.39 a pound. Pork spare ribs, $1.79 a pound. Great for the grill. St. Louis style pork ribs are only $1.79 a pound. And fresh ground chuck, 10 pounds or more, just $3.39 a pound. And whole chickens, just $1.49 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, and they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken. Over in produce, North Carolina grown sweet potatoes, just 59 cents a pound. White, yellow, or bicolor corn, 49 cents each. Extra large tomatoes, just $1.99 a pound. White seedless grapes, $2.99 a pound. Whole seedless watermelons, sweet, just $4.99 each. And fresh zucchini or yellow squash is $1.79 a pound. And you get the 24-pack size of Pepsi or Mountain Dews for just $12.95. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store where good things cost less. Down home, down the street on the Richlands Highway in Jacksonville and Main Street in Maysville. Remember, save big with the pig.
S&H Feed and Garden would like to remind you that spring is here. S&H Feed and Garden, 4043 Freedom Way, Hubert, has been serving Swansboro and surrounding areas with lawn and garden supplies since 1978. We are your one-stop for all your lawn and gardening needs, offering annual bedding plants, perennials, hanging baskets, vegetable plants and seeds, as well as herbs, all grown on site. Make sure you check out the gift store, along with everything you need for your garden. We also carry super premium pet foods without the super premium price. We encourage you to compare whatever brand you're feeding now with our Victor, Taste of the Wild, and Diamond Natural products. We think you'll be surprised. Stop by S&H Feed and Garden, 4043 Freedom Way, Hubert. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 6. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 6. Saturday, 8 to 5. Closed on Sundays. Phone 910-326-5660.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay, and we are back live and local Real Talk, and we do appreciate all of y'all paying attention to us every morning.
Yes. Yes.
Those of you who do, and those of you who don't, shame on you.
Oh,
So
we have a lot by radio. I get
Oh, yeah.
calls every day.
yep, we get a lot of. I get a lot of feedback. I will give you that. So always a good thing.
Yes.
Tideline Marine right here in Jacksonville, downtown, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River, your one-stop shop for all of your boating and fishing needs. They got new boats, they got used boats, they got all sorts of outboard motors, they got things that you need to service your motors. If you want to change your oil, you got the 4-stroke and you want to change your oil every year, it's not that big a deal. Make sure you get an oil filter to go with it, and just unscrew one, put the other one back in there. That's pretty much all there is to it. But drain the oil out. They've got kits. If you want to service like the lower unit, you can do that too. You got to pull it off and check your impeller. I would do that anyway, and also change the lower unit fluid. It
Good
needs to be
advice.
done about every year or so.
Right.
Okay. And if you ever get in any sand, when you run aground, not if you run aground, when you run
Okay.
aground, you might want to be checking that impeller, because the sand might be sucked up in your motor, and it'll destroy that impeller. And once it's destroyed, your outboard motors are water cooled. Okay. That means they suck in water and it goes around and it cools things off.
Oh.
That's the way that works. And when it sucks in water, if you're in the sand, it's going to suck in sand too. And that goes through the impeller in the lower unit. So there's a little lesson or two here for you. Tideline Marine, again, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville, where you get all sorts of tackle, fishing tackle, and the water temperature has reached the magic number. The Spanish invasion
Oh.
is getting ready to occur as soon as the seas
Alright.
calm down just a little bit. Offshore, northerly winds today, 10 to 15, diminishing to 5 to 10 in the afternoon, seas 5 to 7. Dominant period 10 seconds. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop this afternoon. Westerly winds tomorrow, 10 to 15, seas still coming down, 4 to 5, 2 to 3 near shore. Dominant period 7 seconds. Thursday, more better. Southwesterly winds 10 to 15, seas 2 to 4 feet.
And today we got patchy frost before 8 a.m. Otherwise sunny with a high near 72. Calm wind becoming north or around 6 miles per hour. Tonight clear with a low around 45. Wednesday sunny with a high near 77. West wind 5 to 8 miles per hour. Wednesday night clear with a low around 51. And Thursday sunny with a high near 79.
Okay, I like
Joy to the road.
that. Yeah.
I just want you to know, I've been sitting here. There's a cardinal right outside the window that's just been staring at us.
Oh, yesterday he was staring at me too out when I was unloading
Wow.
the trailer.
There was freaky things happening in here this morning,
Uh-huh.
and now I see this cardinal just staring at us through the window. I'm just like,
He'll be all right. Yeah,
oof, I'm
he's
getting. I feel ghosts around us.
Well, you never can tell. We hear music and all sorts of things around the house at
I bet
nighttime
you
with
do.
no radios on.
Yes,
So-
yes.
It's always weird.
I don't really want to go into it today because I want to have time where we can sit there and talk about this abortion bill that's been introduced
Mhm.
into the general legislature here in North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
Polls are indicating right now that it'll never pass, and that but I there's a lot of things in here that I just don't agree with. I think it's gone far right on this abortion bill. But I do want to discuss it one day soon when we have time, because I know we're getting ready to have a couple commissioners come in. So
Yeah, we got Vice Chair and Chairman
right,
coming in here in just a few minutes, and we'll have some questions for them, and I'm sure they'll have some
Right.
answers for us. I hope they do anyway. I'm counting on it.
yes, I hope so. I have some questions. I understand that they have decided to renovate the now existing senior citizens building
Uh-huh.
and do a lot of work on it. So I'd like to talk to them about that too. That'll
Well,
be great.
that'll be one of them we can talk to them
That's
about for
right.
sure. And then some things are going on around the county, and we keep hearing stuff, and here, a little bit there. So I'm going to be just like Radio Shack.
Never ending.
No,
Always.
I have questions.
Oh, I know. I gotta get a
And I
Sharpie
hope
on your
they're
questions.
going to be like Radio Shack, because they're going to have some answers today.
Oh,
I know that they will.
You're
There's a
putting
couple
them
of
on
good
the
guys.
spot.
Yeah, I am. One of them's already here, and he's turning around saying, "Am I going to leave now or what?" But anyway, it's okay.
Eh.
Have a seat, Robin.
He's like, oh no,
Tim's on his way.
Okay.
Right there.
Well, that's
Okay.
good. You can come in and sit down anyway, unless you have to hold the door for him.
Well, he's the vice chair. You know, he's supposed to do
Yes.
things like that.
Yes. Roll out the red carpet.
Yeah.
Well,
He's on the phone.
yeah, he'll be in just a minute.
That must be like my daughter, always on the phone. I saw her sitting in the car yesterday, and she had it coming out of the speaker on the radio, you know.
Yes.
And I was over here. I could hear her, the other person
Really?
from here. She had her windows down. I said, "That sounds like Marty, her husband." And I said, "Where's he? His truck's not here." And then I saw her sitting in the car and obviously on the phone. So
Yes,
that's
yes.
that's the way it goes. You mentioned something you saw on some weather report or something
Yes.
about a disturbance down in the
Gulf of
Caribbean, or
Mexico.
Gulf of Mexico.
And it may form into a nor'easter cross over Florida this weekend, but it didn't
Wow.
really say where it was going to go from there. Did you ever find anything
The
on
only
it?
thing I found out from National Hurricane Center
Yes.
is significant swell events, stationary front extending from about where we are down further, and it sink southeastward over the next couple of days, strong to near gale force northeasterly winds and high seas. That could be what they're talking about.
It could be.
That's what I'm going to guess anyway.
That's why you always go to the National Hurricane
Yeah,
Center.
yeah. The
Yes.
some of the weather things. And
Yeah, one of the weather things I saw yesterday said it could be an early nor'easter, not tropical storm
Yeah,
type
well,
nor'easter. So
yeah.
and I'm like, oh no.
well, the winds will be out of the northeast, so that's
I
that's
still have
bound to
tree
be what they're
branches
talking
to
about.
pick up from this last weekend.
Well, I don't know about those. I've just been busy in the garden.
Yeah, I see you covered everything. It looks really
Well,
nice.
the stuff that was growing, I wrapped it up.
Yes.
Rob and I wrapped it up yesterday after we wrapped up putting all the dirt that we had in the
Yes.
beds, and I got to go get one more scoop of dirt.
Oh, I
and
finally
some
got my
mulch.
beds filled.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do some planting, probably start today
Mhm.
over the next couple of days to get some seeds in there at least.
How you doing, Robin?
I'm doing good.
You sure?
Yeah.
So yesterday, y'all spent all day long over budget talks. Huh?
Did you come to any conclusions?
We did.
Yeah. You gonna save me some money?
We have money. That's all I can say.
Well, then give some of it back. You know, I'm gonna start me a GoFundMe account or something.
That's rough sitting there doing budget all day long.
Oh my God. It's bad for me to sit down and spend a day just working on taxes and getting all the stuff together. And I don't have anything significant.
Don't
with
say
mine.
that. It's about another week before they're due.
Mine's done
April
been
18th.
filed.
I need to do mine. To just sit down. It won't take me 15 minutes to do them. I just
well, I
didn't
don't-
want to get all my stuff
Well,
together.
I
yet.
don't do them. I just send them out after I
Yes,
get
oh,
all the
no, I do them
all
myself,
the
and
expenses together.
I usually have them done by the first week in February. But of course, as last
Why
year,
would you?
this one company that I was working part time for was extremely late getting me my W-2, like a
Well,
month late.
By law, it has to be by
Yeah, I know
1st
you
of
say
February,
that.
31
I know
January.
You say that,
Yeah.
but yeah,
whatever.
it's not even worth it.
Tim, how are you?
Wonderful. How are y'all doing?
Oh,
Good
We're hanging
morning.
in here, sir. Tim Foster, chairman of the board and vice chairman of the board. Robin Knapp, they're better known as Batman and Robin in here. I was going to cue up the music and I
Yes.
forgot to this morning because we had gremlins all through the studio.
Yes,
Ooh.
and then we've had a bird staring at us through the window. I was starting to get freaked out.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
Alfred Hitchcock.
oh yeah, the birds.
Uh,
Only this is a friendly cardinal, and I'm thinking, who is it?
well, it's one of our mascots, from high school.
Oh,
what
that's
it's all
true.
about.
Da, da, da,
We just
da,
talked to your
da.
wife, mate, Robin.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's down there having a
getting an
blast in
education.
Atlanta, dodging the tent cities and
Mhm.
drug users.
I was like, be careful. She said, I got my machete. And I'm like,
What?
Yeah, I'm surprised she doesn't. I'm sure she has other weapons in her vehicle.
Well, who knows?
so I have my machete. I said, yeah, you got it
you can carry concealed there,
strapped to your leg.
You can.
and because
Yes.
North Carolina, that's one of the reciprocal states, so that's not a problem.
Thank goodness.
And even if you fly on an airplane, a lot of people don't understand this. So you have to check it, put your ammo in a different place,
That's right.
and secure it. It needs to be in a lockbox on the inside of your luggage.
That's right.
Okay. And you got to tell the man about it too in advance.
Yeah, that would be
Don't let
advisable.
them find it.
Yeah.
You
before you
Better to-
get thrown up against the wall
Yeah,
and
fess
searched
up.
and handcuffed.
Any frost out there, Robin?
Not
Tim?
really. Well, some, just a little bit, not much.
Patchy. I didn't see any coming in. There was none at my
The
house.
country club looked like it had some frost on the grass. It was hard to tell. It was very white looking. So I'm thinking it might have been a little bit of frost, but I didn't see any at my house when I got up this morning.
Well, I
so
tried to look outside to see, and I didn't see any. But
Yeah.
I got my plants wrapped up anyway, so
yes,
we're good to go.
you did.
You haven't seen my grow station yet, have you?
Your grow station?
Hey, he's got enough
Open
to
the
feed
door.
us all in
You
case
mean like an indoor grow?
Well, yeah.
indoor, outdoor.
Well, I got some seeds out there, and
Yes.
never.
What kind of
Plant.
seeds?
Oh, here we go.
Sesame? What? I mean,
Huh?
Ignore him. He's trying to start trouble.
I got some potato seeds out there.
no.
Yes.
Call it what you want, Rachel.
No, I planted early, so I've got a lot of extra plants and
Gotcha.
things, and then I'm planting those today or tomorrow. I've got to work today. Go on them.
As I was asking Robin, y'all had a full day yesterday doing budget.
We did. It was a long day.
Did you go home with a headache? All the facts and figures?
I
and-
may have started with a headache. It was just worse by the end of the day.
Pretty much so. It was a brutally long day yesterday.
Well, when do you have to have all that completed for approval?
By the end of July, I believe.
No, the 1st of July.
1st of
I mean,
July.
I'm
First of
sorry, end of
July.
June. I'm in
June,
end of June.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, I mean, you're pretty far along.
Moving
Yeah.
pretty good, I believe. A lot of stand or total line, not much increase in the departments.
Okay.
I think the best one was yesterday. We were looking at additional positions, and
Oh, really?
I think there was 30 positions that way we wanted to add, or that was presented to us. But I think it was 17 of those positions were in public safety.
Good.
EMTs,
Understandable.
and sheriff's
EMTs,
office,
you definitely need some EMTs.
And I thought that
as
was
we
great.
learned yesterday.
because that was one of the 4 goals that we had given the county manager and her
Mhm.
budget team.
Yeah.
Was public safety and taking care of Onslow County as far as that was concerned. So to see 30 positions presented and 17 in the public safety area, I thought that
That's
they listened when the goals were created. That they paid attention to that.
As they always do.
Yes,
You guys
absolutely.
have lost a lot of over the past year, in and out, right?
Yes.
Yeah, some.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of, I would say statewide. I think it's nationwide.
It
with,
is.
with people leaving the workforce, retiring. Things have changed, and people have put in their 25, 30, 35 years, and they're taking it on to the house, which I don't blame them.
No,
I mean,
I-
I
you
put
know.
in 31 at the school system, and
You finally graduated,
I
huh?
graduated at last. So, and then getting people hired is tough. And that's something we'll have to look at as far as the cost of living increase for the pay for the employees, not only to attract people, but to keep people.
It's cheaper to keep them than it is to train them.
Yes,
That's
it is.
right.
Yes, it is.
So I found that out a long time ago. I had to convince upper management, hey, 2 years, just because we give them a raise, and after 2 years, you want to let them go so we can hire at the old rate? No,
No.
that was the mentality of that industry.
Yeah, and you lose too much in that case. I mean, the couple of years it takes you to train to get them back to the standard that you had when that other one
Yeah.
left, you are losing out on quite a bit.
Yeah, because you lose with the training expenses and everything else.
Well,
and,
the most important thing you lose though is experience.
Yeah.
You can't replace experience.
That's
the best teacher in the world.
I used to say when we have to get somebody in the broadcast industry, it took a year for them to learn the streets of where they needed to go.
That's true.
So
Sure.
seriously, it was we had 11 counties
That's a
that
lot.
they had to go to.
That's
So
a lot.
they had to know how to get
That
there.
was like training someone to deliver mail. And they had to learn streets.
Yep.
They had to learn block numbers. They had to learn how to read the mail,
Mhm.
and how to file it and case it and pull it down and put it in your vehicle and how to deliver it. And you spend a lot of time training, and the training just doesn't stop when they first become an employee. It continues for
Yeah.
like a good year.
Oh, at least for sure.
And trying to, and you have somebody that leave during that period, and then you've got to start all over again. That's a lot of money too. A lot of money spent.
So you guys are narrowing down the budget. You've got Sharon's working budget, the county manager's working budget, right?
Mhm.
And any other surprises in there? And you're going to hire 30 people, which is good, or maybe up to 30,
Right.
which is good. But anything else in there we need to know about? Any infrastructure issues or that you're working on?
Yeah, the only thing I could think of, I mean, everything's pretty much transparent in terms of you can obtain the information. It was a long budget process. I will say that our budget is very healthy compared to what it was last year. We've got a great general fund balance, and that's due to the hard work of the staff. And they were working within the parameters of the priorities that we set as commissioners. One of the things we've been talking about, we had a presentation yesterday by Billy Sewell in the YMCA.
Oh yeah.
In reference to the pool. There were some things that I did not know about the pool that were very eye-opening, very encouraging. And so we're discussing that.
Good.
We're looking at ways to fund it and to get the project up and running. And I think it looks pretty good.
At the existing YMCA, there's not enough room for a pool.
That's correct.
So
No.
where would you go?
Well, right now they're looking at the Old River of Life Church,
Yay.
Which is right next to your house.
Yeah.
It's right across the street.
Mhm.
And the blueprints that they presented yesterday were informative. The structure and their goals were very, very informative. And so we had a lot of questions that we asked, and I think they were pretty much answered for the most part. But yet we still have to debate. We have to discover how we're going to pay for it, what's going to be beneficial to us as far as the county, not the city or anybody else. But it's kind of a four-way partnership right now, which is really good.
Yeah, it should be.
You got the city, you've got the county possibly, and you've got the YMCA, and then you also have, I guess it's the federal government.
Federal government school system.
Yeah.
And then, of course, once you looked at what was presented yesterday, and all that is good. And as Robin said, you got to find the means. How are you going to fund it? And then the bigger one is once you build it,
Continue
is
to
the continuation
operating,
of it
yeah.
and operating cost, and is that something how we're going to move forward dealing with that. And you mentioned infrastructure, and there was we got some presentation yesterday on redoing the one thing you can count on is a roof and having to do something with it. So we've got some work going on at the sheriff's office
again.
Wow.
Yes.
Holy
That is
Wow.
that we hear that, and
That's a new building.
That's exactly right. And you've
Poorly
heard
constructed
a lot of
new
that.
building, poorly designed,
Apparently.
poorly
I was
constructed.
just going to throw that out there. It must have been.
Well,
'cause-
it's it happened before our current board and the previous board. It happened during a previous regime or whatever you want to call it. And there are just a lot of mistakes, a lot of things that they cut corners on, and they don't deserve that. And we have to go back in, especially the sheriff's department, other places. We got to make sure we make that a priority to repair those items.
And just
It's just a goat rope.
oh yeah, yes. I mean and when you look at the money as far as it goes, you look at the roof of the sheriff's office detention center. That's $215,000.
Ooh.
Fire alarm system replacement at the detention center is another $220,000. Plumbing at the Swansboro Library, $20,000. Board of Elections parking lot, animal services parking lots, another $20,000. Roof replacement at the Summersill building there at the courthouse is $275,000. HVAC repairs $40,000. Then you got work that has to be done out of the solid waste with the compactor, and people don't realize. I didn't realize the cost of those machines, but the compactor out
they're
there is
expensive.
estimated like $940,000.
Ooh.
I mean, those numbers. Just so when it comes to working on the existing infrastructure and repairing that, what it costs before you ever even talk about new building.
Well, when you're talking about replacing roofs, are you talking about maybe upgrading them to like a metal roof or something? Or is this just going to be the regular shingled roof?
It's
But
not
it's not shingles. It's kind of
asphalt.
a membrane asphalt
Right.
that goes up, and I think that's the repair of that type of thing.
We're gonna replace it with bamboo.
That would be good. Hey, I've watched those
Just
some
make
of
some
those things on
bamboo huts,
YouTube.
Don't make me go there.
They can make a good one.
I did.
Don't make me go there.
And that was just as far as, like I said, repairing the existing infrastructure and taking care of that. But then you get into the capital plan and the needs of the school system, and they're looking at addition and work at Northwoods Park Middle School, which is $14.5 million.
Ooh.
A potential new elementary school in 2024 is $42.5 million. And then a new middle school in 2026 is $59 million. And our mortgage for capital school buildings is about $17 million this year. But at the end of the day, it's not like that's something you can go in and say, hey, we're not doing. These are things that you have to do. That's your responsibility. So we've got a good plan in place with the school system to meet those needs. But everybody, when they start looking at the budget and wonder where it's going, well, you know, we've talked about this before. 80+% of the budget is mandated, and close to 40% or so goes to education between Onslow County Schools and Coastal Carolina, which I have no problem with that, because that is a great resource of educating our kids, bringing business in, keeping business here, because first thing people look at is the school system when they move in. And we're fortunate
People
to have
ask
Coastal.
realtors, you
Yes.
know, about the
Yes.
school district. And then the second thing they ask is about crime.
Yes. Yes.
Those are the two things they look at.
And when you look at what we just talked about, the two things that's really taken up time is public safety and education.
Well,
So it falls right in line with what people ask is
that's right.
what we're always talking about and working on.
They have questions and you better have answers.
Yes.
So
That's
anyway,
right.
let's take a quick break. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WSME. We'll be right back.
In search of quality outdoor and patio furniture, look no further than Home Decor Outlet, 3080 Rich Ends Highway, next to Mr. Discount, in the old Johnson Drug Store location. Home Decor Outlet carries American-made, environmentally friendly outdoor and patio furniture that actually floats, priced 70% below department store prices. You'll find side tables, benches, gliders, rockers, and lounge chairs in many colors to choose from. Built to last with virtually no maintenance. In addition to quality outdoor and patio furniture, Home Decor Outlet has accessories from candles, bedding, comforters, lamps, almost anything for your home, business, cottage, or condo. Make outdoor living comfortable, convenient, and affordable. Visit Home Decor Outlet in the old Johnson Drug Store, next to Mr. Discount, 3080 Rich Ends Highway, right here in Jacksonville. Phone 910-333-0233.
If you love ocean pier fishing, the Seaview Pier Motel and Restaurant located at mile marker 18, North Topsail Beach is the place for you. The Seaview Pier is a family pier complete with bait and tackle shop, rod and reel rentals, and accessories. The restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner and features a complete menu from burgers to ocean fresh seafood, straight to you from the briny blue. With the Seaview Motel right next door and the most affordable rates on the coast, you can make it a vacation or a weekend of Carolina pier fishing. It's all here, including the fish. The Seaview Pier Motel and Restaurant, mile marker 18, North Topsail Beach, across the bridge, just south of Seas Ferry. To find out what's biting or for motel reservations, call anytime, 910-328-3172. Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
After a long day, who wants to spend time in the kitchen? Let the Burrow Restaurant simplify your life and do the cooking for you. Family dinners that will please even the pickiest palate. Place your to-go order at the Burrow's Facebook page. Tell us if there's a special pickup time or any other instructions, and we'll take care of the rest. And craft cocktails to go. Restrictions apply. Ask for details. Simplify your life with help from the Burrow Restaurant, 109 Front Street in historic downtown Swansboro.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we are back. Our guest in the studio from the Onslow County Board of Commissioners, the chairman, Tim Foster, the vice chairman, Robin Knapp.
I have a question. Senior citizens, I know you approved the $12.5 million project at your last meeting for renovations, and a lot of your money is coming from the American Rescue Plan Act. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was the money that was the American Rescue Plan Act, that you have so much time to utilize it. And of course, they have strings attached to everything.
Yep.
And the first thing people, don't take their money. We don't, somebody is. So at least let's get taxpayers' money back to Onslow County. And the senior services building has been a topic of discussion and need for a long time. And part of it was you could repair an existing building or add on to an existing building. So we first started looking at potentially adding on to the government complex or center over there with it. And then we quickly moved away from that and looked at what can we do over at the existing building. By the time we're finished with the existing building, there's only going to be a small portion of the existing building left, and a lot of new building that will be built, which is going to be great for our senior population.
You keep the lobby and destroy everything else. And I got you.
Mighty close.
Where there's a will, there is a way.
So utilizing that money is something that we needed to do, and the American Rescue Plan money was able to take that financial burden off the citizens of Onslow County.
Right. And we used that money. We've already used a lot of that money, right? And getting new things, like, wasn't that the money that was used to get Heinz Farm?
No. Heinz Farm was $950,000 of that was tourism money.
Right.
Occupancy tax.
Tourism money.
And then the other part of it was money that was not used in the budget that year because of COVID, where the transportation cost, when all that was shut down. I mean, obviously we could have put that money back over into the fund balance, but that $350,000 that got us to 1.25 was what wasn't used during COVID because of the shutdowns and the closure.
Yeah, I knew it was something that you had gotten from one of those things that you couldn't just use it on anything else. You had stipulations of where you could use that tourism money.
Right. And that's the thing when we get questions about why are we not giving money to this area or this area, is because our legislation for our occupancy tax, because that's what tourism money is, that's coming from the occupancy tax. Ours is reimbursement. So anytime we approve a lot of things we approved yesterday for using the tourism funds, festivals and different things, is we say we give them $5,000 or $25,000. Well, they have to request that as a reimbursement for what they spent. So it's not just you request that money and we write the check and then here's your money. It's requested and then reimbursed from once you've spent.
Got it.
And one of the things we've done the last year or two has been spend $150,000 that's gone to North Topsail Beach, which helps them with their USDA loan. And that come about whenever we sat down at the table with North Topsail Beach, 2 years ago? Mm-hmm. And that was a joint meeting we had with them, which I think is why you need to get together and meet with the municipalities and so often, or quarterly if that's what it needs. And we were able to come up in that meeting of, well, you know what you've done with that loan to do what you did on the beach, present that as a request for reimbursement for tourism. So that's what they started doing. So now they spend that money on that note and then request reimbursement through the tourism fund from us. And we're able to give them that money to help pay down that debt that they have there.
So when somebody rents a beach house out there at North Topsail Beach, is an occupancy tax included in that? Do we get money from that?
Yes.
6, I thought.
We get 3. I think ours is 3% or 3%, and they get 3%. So I think it's a 6% occupancy tax down there. North Topsail keeps half of it, and we get the other half. People always, some folks will compare us to Pender County. And because Pender County, when you go to their tourism money, all of it stays within Surf City or whoever down there. And everybody's like, why? Well, a couple of things is ours is different than theirs. And that's the only tourism revenue that's coming into Pender County as far as what they have coming in. And it's all on the beach. I mean, when you Hampstead and
they don't have a lot of motels.
Right. There's not a
elsewhere.
lot of motels elsewhere. In Onslow County, it's much different because you have Swansboro, you have Jacksonville, Holly Ridge, North Topsail Beach, hotel in Sneed's Ferry, as far as right before the
Parts of Surf City.
Yes, parts of Surf City. So there's a
That's right.
lot in Onslow County that's bringing in that tourism money, and a lot of it. I mean, you look at the number of hotels in the city limits.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are.
Yes.
I've always wondered many years ago. I was like, where's everybody? What are they coming? And then it hit me. People come to Onslow County for graduations from the military, Marine Corps
Marriages.
graduations, marriages. So they come, and these hotels are full because families are coming to see their sons or daughters that are in the Marine
There used
Corps.
to be
That's
two.
right.
There used to be 2 basic hotels in Jacksonville: the Holiday Inn and
Right.
Howard Johnson.
That's right.
Howard
That's
That
right.
was it way back when.
And now you pull off of Western Extension, and there's like 5 of them right beside each other,
Yeah.
Right.
and they're always full.
Yeah.
I mean, they're always full. And that's one thing that's really helped us out at North Topsail Beach is I believe families come down and they go, well, you know what, we're going to be here. Let's look at the beach. So they rent a place at the beach for a week, and now they come back every year.
Yeah, a lot of people have migrated down here after coming down to visit. They moved down here.
Yep.
So I ran into many people like that.
All right, let's take a real quick break. We got more when we get back. You're live in Local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
The spring has arrived, which means that concrete project on your to-do list is here. Mixmasters Concrete of Beulahville takes this time to thank those that serve us for our most prized possession, our freedom. When it comes to concrete, nobody does it harder or quicker than Mixmasters Concrete Incorporated. 3661 East Highway 24 in Beulahville. Whether you need concrete for residential, commercial, or agricultural projects, Mixmasters Concrete Incorporated serves all of eastern North Carolina. From driveways, patios, to livestock housing, concrete for outdoor kitchens. Mixmasters has the concrete, and owner Scott Thigpen will gladly provide a free estimate. For on-site delivery, phone 910-298-6153. And they deliver on Saturdays. Nobody does concrete harder or quicker than Mixmasters Concrete Incorporated of Beulahville. When you need ready-mix concrete quick, call Mixmasters Concrete of Beulahville, 910-298-6153. Proud to be a part of the continuing growth of Duplin, Onslow, Jones, and surrounding counties.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today. at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
This just in, I think there's been a prison break, and reports are saying it's the Scorcher. Yes, the Scorcher has escaped and is running rampant across Comfortville. Apparently, he's targeting innocent air conditioning units. Yes, and wait a second. It seems that reports are flooding in of unfortunate citizens feeling uncomfortable, hot, and in extreme cases, I hesitate to say this on the air, people are even sweating. Wait a minute, we're now getting word there seems to be some sort of disturbance. Oh, Bryant Man is on the scene, and he has apprehended the Scorcher. All right. Tune in again for another tale of Bryant Man, always doing whatever it takes.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this summer. Down East Heating and Air, serving our community for over 25 years. Down East can also help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today, 346-4311.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
All right, we're back live in local real talk, and you know what? We're not going to be here very long because we got this thing called the news coming up in just about 1 minute or something like that. Anyway, when we come back, I do have something. You know, it might be the one that you're going to go lock the door now so they can't get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're giving me the stink eye.
Oh, let me ask my question first.
You better
then.
ask. Go ahead and ask real quick.
Oh, ask real quick. You were talking about bringing up possibly 17 new positions with your new budget. You know, employees.
That's
Yeah.
in
For
public safety.
Public safety.
Any of that with our EMS? I don't know if you listened to our show yesterday, but Mayor of Swansboro, John Davis, was on there, and I know at one time we used to have like an EMS stationed in Swansboro, one maybe Sneads Ferry, and we haven't had that for a long time. Is there a possibility now that maybe you're looking at maybe stationing somebody permanently over in these outer areas?
That's I think that's exactly what Ms. Griffin said yesterday when she talked about the additional positions.
Good.
The EMS
Excellent.
was to get a full-time 24-hour bus down in the
Well,
Swansboro area.
we got a bus there, but it's just sitting
there.
unattended.
Don't
Yeah.
have the people.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would be good. That's good to know.
Yeah, that would be good. That will take care of that. So, Mr. Mayor, if you're listening,
good, John.
they got a plan.
That's right.
All right, Fox News is coming up right now. You're live in local real talk. We'll be right back.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Gianna Gelosi. A fifth victim has died following a shooting yesterday at a bank in Louisville, Kentucky. Police say the shooter, who's also dead, was a former employee who was live streaming the attack on social media. Interim Police Chief Jacqueline Gwen Villarroel.
This should not continue to happen. Evil should not try to prevail and take over our city, and we let it happen.
A rookie cop is still in critical condition. In Nashville, cheers as the Nashville Metropolitan Council unanimously votes to send expelled Tennessee Democrat Justin Jones back to the state legislature. A separate vote will be held for Justin Pearson. President Biden formally terminating the COVID-19 national emergency before heading out to Belfast in Ireland today. It raises questions about the future of Title 42 and student loan litigation. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local real talk.
And we are back talking with Chairman and the Vice Chairman of the Onslow County Board of Commissioners, Tim Foster and Robin Knapp. Okay. You got your answers to your question?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I get calls from time to time, and got one recently that bugged me. Said that we all know, I think we all agree that Sharon Griffith is probably the best county manager we've had in a long time since I've been around here. Anybody disagree with that?
I agree.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Somebody spreading the rumor that she's running people off.
No.
feedback I've received from employees and departments has been glowing. They really like how she does business. They really like how personable she is, and it's evident that she cares about them. And I've heard that from not just directors and supervisors, but the employees. And when you make a reference, when your troops are talking well about you,
that's right,
then that's what matters.
You know, the thing that bothers me about this whole thing, and, you know, since you brought this point up,
you knew I was going up.
No, well, I didn't. I had an idea you'd probably bring something up. You know, I get, and there are people out there that, you know, telling me, well, you need to open your eyes. And you know, I don't need to open my eyes. My eyes have been wide open for the last 6 years. So I don't need my eyes opened. Getting back to what Tim said, there's one commonality about Sharon that if you ask the employees, you know what that is? Nothing but positive feedback, period. There's nothing negative about Sharon. The directors have praised her for being one of the best county managers that Onslow County has seen. I've been through 2 of them, with her being number 2. And she is by far, actually 3. She is by far one of the best, most conscientious county managers that Onslow County could have had. You know, she works tirelessly. She's very attuned to what's going on. She's very attuned to what her directors are doing. You know, there are things that at the sub level down in the individual divisions that she is not aware of because that's not her job. That's the job of the director. That's the job of the supervisors. You know, if it gets up to her level, okay, then we got an issue. And every time something comes up to her level, she deals with it. And I'm getting, to be honest, I'm getting tired of listening to these people accusing her and then getting mad at me for defending her when all I'm doing is defending her because I know what the truth is. I see her day in and day out. I talk to her. I know the kind of person she is, and I get the feedback from people.
How many members of the Onslow County workforce are there that works for the county?
So about 1,400?
1,500?
Yeah, something like that.
So, you know, you're going to have, I mean, I had 45 working for me. Okay, 45 in my department. I always had somebody who just couldn't cut it.
Well, I'm gonna give you my perspective. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I really don't. You know, I think some men, I really do. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I think some men got an issue with the fact that she's a professional woman.
Oh, really?
I really do that. I can see that.
Yes.
She's an attorney. She's very bright. She's very intelligent. Our county attorney went to law school with her. He knows her better than anybody, and he sings her praises. But I really do believe that there's some certain men in this county, maybe even the government, that have a problem with dealing with a woman in a position of power. You know, when I was with NCIS, I had female supervisors. They were just like men supervisors, male supervisors. Some of them I could not care less about, and some of them I'd follow through a brick wall. I had a female supervisor that took care of me, and she could shoot the blankety blank off a mosquito at 1,000 yards. She was that tough. And I viewed her as a special agent, nothing more. And so, but I do believe that there are certain people that have problems with females in an authoritative position, and that gets me upset and it fires me up because I just don't think it's true.
Well, I've always, you know, from what I've seen and witnessed, she seems to be a very fair person, very outgoing, very transparent. I think she's done an excellent job being our.
She's very conscientious and very hardworking. And I think that's good leadership. It's easy. I would say it's easy. If you just dismiss disgruntled employees, that's easy to do. But for someone that cares about the county or cares about what they're the leaders of, then the disgruntled and the stuff can wear on you a lot because you care and want to do what's best for everybody that's working with you. Even with that being said, you're not going to have everybody's not going to be happy.
Nope.
No,
And usually when somebody's upset with you in a leadership role, that means they didn't get what they wanted or whatever was going on. And that's hard for people to respond to. But for her, she works real hard, very conscientious, very determined to do what's best for the county. And I think she does a really good job at that.
I'll tell you right now, you know, there have been times when we've made decisions as commissioners that she does not agree with. She does not agree with it. She suggested otherwise, whatever the issue may be. But once the decision's made, she's a professional and she's going to do
does her job.
She does
Right.
she does her job. And there have been many times when we have privately talked on the phone after hours about a particular issue. And it actually happened recently. I said, look, there's this, and I want to bounce this off you. And I've said something to her, and then she understood, and she goes, well, I wouldn't do that. This is why. And we were able to bounce ideas off of each other.
Good.
But her final line always is, I don't agree with that, but whatever the commissioners want, I'm going to support their decision.
There you go.
And the thing is that people don't see that part of her, but she is probably one of the most conscientious people I've ever met.
Yeah. Joy, how are you?
Good morning. How's everyone there?
We're hanging
Hey,
in here.
Joy.
What's up?
First of all, I agree with what Robin said. I think men have a problem with women in charge.
They absolutely do.
I totally agree because and if you the past several years, if you notice, a lot of women have been put into a lot of leadership positions, and I don't think men like it. And I don't think, I mean, I'm not trying to be any type of feminist? Is that what it's called?
Yep.
But I see that if the person is doing a better job, and I don't care if you're male or female, as long as they're doing their job the way it is. And normally, if you're doing your job the way it is, you're doing disgruntled employees possibly because they don't want to do the job, and so they're going to be disgruntled because she expects the departments to do what needs to be done for her job to go as smoothly as it's been going. In addition to that, if you think about the past several years, what she has been through, well, all of us have been through, county commissioners included, with COVID and
Florence.
Hurricane.
everything that she has been through, and then of course her. I think she got married sometime in between those years.
She did.
I mean, that's a change. Anytime you have change can be good, but it also can be hard. Well, I think she is. I don't know her personally, but I've heard her interviews. I've heard her speak. She's very intelligent. She's very informative. She's always been able to answer any question that has ever been thrown at her. I think that with the county commissioners, when they're supportive of her, I think that we've got some fine gentlemen on that committee, and there is a lady there. I think there's one lady now, I think.
Yep.
I don't want it messed up. I get confused. But anyways, I just think that I don't care who's in a leadership position, you're going to have these disgruntled employees. And my suggestion is if you don't like it, go find another job.
Mm-hmm.
If we've got something that's working and it's working well, we need to keep that person. We need to praise that person, and we need to let her know what a good job she's doing.
Absolutely.
And I think that we've got the right person in place. Of course, like I said, I don't know anything about anything that's going on, but I can only see outside looking in and what she's been through and what she's doing now and what she continues to do.
I tell you, Joy, I appreciate those comments because you hit something on, you hit the nail on the head, because there are things that the public doesn't see that she goes through every day. She gets bombarded with questions. She gets bombarded with comments. She gets bombarded with negativity, and she deals with it with a smile. I remember sitting in the EOC during Hurricane Florence when she was assistant county manager, and she just lost her home. It went into the ocean, completely destroyed out at Swansboro. She refused to leave the EOC. She wanted to be there. She slept there. We had to basically tell her, go home, take care of business. That's the kind of person she is. And, you know, if I sound a little fired up about it, I am fired up about it because I'm getting tired of people making her job worse than it is.
Yeah, and how many people would have stayed and not gone to their home?
Not many.
Not many. That in itself shows you what she's made of and the type of person she is and what her commitment lays. I mean,
I think Joy,
she's
whenever
for the people. I see her as for Onslow County and what's best for the county. I mean, and I have seen her. I think I've gone to the county offices or something once or twice, wherever her office is, and she's always had a smile on her face. And you or anyone else that's been in any type of management position, I've
That's
managed
hard to
like
do all the
25
time.
people before, and I had several did not
Especially
like me,
nowadays.
but you know,
Yeah.
I can only do but what I need you to do, and then I've got, you know, if you're not doing what you need to do, and you've got people that say, look, these people need to straighten up, or if they need to be shipped out, you just got to be the one that sort of like has to take charge and do your job and get the right person that's going to help the county and everything succeed and go smoothly. You don't need all this negative remarks. You look at the positive stuff that she's done. And I'm not a county employee, and I don't know a county employee, and well, I do know some, but no one's ever like downgraded her to me.
No.
But I just think that they need to back off.
All right. Thank you, Joy.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
Y'all have a good
Joy.
day.
So I know where the negativity is coming from.
We do too.
It's one county commissioner that I know of. Have I got to, you know,
Sure got quiet in there.
have I got to, you know, just drag this out of you? I mean,
No.
you guys are hearing the same thing, right?
Well, I think everybody is going to have their opinions on things, and some share more than others. I pride myself and not overreacting. I don't receive information and go running with it. I love to, if I get it, I want to find out more information about it before I move forward with things. And I'm probably a lot more patient than what I should be, a lot nicer than what I should be on things. But I've been sitting in the chair where you make decisions daily, and a lot of people are not happy with them. And it's not an easy job.
No, it's not.
It's not an easy job. And, you know, sitting in the chair as a principal, I reported to the teachers. I worked with teachers. I worked with the families. I worked with students. I also worked for the superintendent and his leadership team.
And ultimately,
and the Board of Education.
That's right.
So it's, you know.
I'm just going to flat out answer your question.
Go ahead, answer.
Okay. There's things that you do, and then there's things that you don't do. Okay. Now, I'm not going to get into the details about this or that, but you know, I'm highly upset. I'm highly disappointed. Okay, there are things that you do in the public arena, and there are things that you don't do in the public arena. And when you're in the public arena, if there's an issue that you have with a particular employee, or you have an issue with the way they do things, the public arena is not the place to vocalize that. Okay, take that person. Take that, whatever issue you have, ask the question before a meeting or whatever it is, and talk to the person beforehand, and not to broadcast that out publicly.
And to go to citizens in the county.
And you should not be talking to citizens. I don't discuss anything about the commissioners or any of the employees with anybody else. That's my business. That's our business. But, you know, as a commissioner, we're there to support our staff. They're there to support us as well. But we have to respect our staff. Because you become a commissioner doesn't automatically gain you the hat of respect. You walk through the door, you're a commissioner, all of a sudden we have to respect you. You've got to earn that respect. And the only way you earn that respect is to give that respect back to the people that work for you. Okay, that's what you have to do. And I've tried, and I've prided myself. I know Tim has prided himself on that. The majority of the commissioners pride themselves on that, because they have a thankless job, and we're there to support them. We're going to disagree. We're going to have arguments, but we do those arguments privately. We settle those arguments until we get into the public arena, and then we try to do what's best for the county. Okay. But when you openly target leadership within our county, that is extremely unprofessional, totally unprofessional.
Especially when you don't have the backing of the majority of the board.
You don't.
Right.
Okay. That's what's wrong. When you have one individual going out without the sanctions, the government, the authority from the whole board, and making comments, there's a problem.
Yeah, because everything that takes place with a board is a majority.
That's right.
rules.
Absolutely.
And that's the a lot of people sitting on the outside think that each commissioner has this authority or this power, and that's not so. But anytime you look at a position like we sit in as a position of power or control, you're in the wrong seat. This is a seat of service. And you get lots of opinions on how decisions that you make. But if you are truly making decisions in what you believe is in the best interest
That's right.
of the citizens of Onslow County in a service situation, service mentality, then you're going to make the decisions that are best for the county most of the time. Do we make mistakes? You daggone straight we'll make a mistake. But the intentions are always positive, and there's nothing that's coming back to us. And I think Joy made a great point. Sharon Griffin, I pretty much started in the county about the same time as far as her as county manager. She became county manager, and I was elected on the heels of Florence.
Right.
And we come right into just unbelievable. And it wasn't long after we got a hold of Florence and we're trying to get through the results of that next thing was the whole place shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people get tired of hearing about COVID and I do too. But the fact of the matter is, the simplicity of it is, she come on board on the heels of Florence into the mouth of COVID, into situations where we are in uncharted waters, unprecedented, with the number of people leaving the workforce, the number of people not wanting to come back to the workforce has been unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And she has jumped into that boat and has captained that ship as good as anybody that you would want to see, because the adversity she has faced, the circumstances that she has come into, there hasn't been another leader in Onslow County that's had to face what she faced at the 12th largest county or whatever in this state.
Now, you got to look at it too. The county business could not shut down. You
No.
still had a budget. You still had workforce,
Sure
those who
did.
stayed. You still had reduction of forces, of course. You had all sorts of things, but the business of the county went on.
It continues.
And she made sure of it.
You cannot stop and just stay home.
That's right.
You
That's
see,
right.
My point is this, and I pretty much said what I had to say, and I agree with Tim 100%. But with Sharon, for example, and I'm only expressing facts with her. Okay, she recently went through a very, very trying medical issue with her son. Okay, despite that, despite the seriousness of the medical condition with her son, she was still concerned about. She was working from home. She was working from the hospital. She was coming in early, despite what she was going through personally. Okay, that's a testimony of her character and her integrity and her dedication to folks and citizens of Onslow County. But getting back to my other point, we sit there as commissioners, 7 of us. It takes 4 of us to decide on any issue, period, not just one commissioner. We've said this over and over and over again. That staff that is there, from the county manager to the county clerk, assistant clerk, to the department heads, everybody within that county, they are there doing their job for the county, and we are there as commissioners to oversee that per se, okay, with no hands-on direct interference. That's what the directors get paid for, but it's our responsibility. And as such, we have to give the respect, we have to give the kudos to the people that are sitting in those leadership positions and to the workers that are on the street, so to speak. They're putting in the time. The moment you stop respecting those people, why would you expect them to respect you if you keep throwing disrespect at them, you keep demeaning them in a public meeting, and you keep verbalizing things? How would you feel? I know how I would feel. I wouldn't respect you in the least bit.
Well, it's going to go a little. It could go a little bit worse than that. There is a thing called, which we got lectured about, all the news directors, all 45 of us, on an annual basis. Do not create a hostile workplace environment. If you do, then somebody's going to own
I
us.
had to deal with a lot of EEOs at the post office with people claiming
So-
that. So it's not a good thing. It's not.
All you got to do is, once the word gets out and action is taken, y'all are guilty.
Well, I have a question when we come back
First.
from break. I guess we're going to go to
Yeah, we
break
better
next.
take a
I
break.
have a question for
You're
you.
live and local real talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
For
40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only copper protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand, forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech, luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. It's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2022 in the flooring, covering, and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering. They're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering. Family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for spring, and you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. See how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up from a traditional lap bar to a familiar steering wheel experience for stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Unlock the possibilities of your lawn with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street in Kinston for exceptional offers, expert advice, and superior service.
Keep on keeping on, leap on, leaping on.
Join us at the Jacksonville Country Club for our first annual First Tee Gala, April 29th. The First Tee Gala is a benefit for the kids of Onslow County. It not only introduces them to the game of golf, but also provides the tools to help build character, confidence, life skills, and resilience. Let's give our kids and our culture a brighter future. Join us for the First Tee Gala, April 29th at the Jacksonville Country Club. Tickets are available now at Great Gas of Jacksonville.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Well, after everything else, I'm tired. I'm ready to go fishing. You know, all this will be behind me, and I'll be out so far I won't even be able to hear a radio or a telephone or anything else. That will be fun.
Taking them to the stream.
Your little
Stream
piece of
station.
paradise.
My little piece of paradise. Yeah, the stream
Not-
station.
Not the train station, but the stream.
Stream station. No, I'm going to go out there and pick up some wahoo and some king. And right now, I'm going to go close to shore and pick up some Spanish mackerel because they're out there now. If you guys are just new to the area, you want to try saltwater fishing for the first time, slide on down to Tideline Marine. They will hook you up. If you've already got a boat, not a problem. They'll get you going with all the fishing tackle that you want. And I would suggest that if your first saltwater experience, you want to try something, go for the Spanish mackerel. They're fairly easy to catch, and just stop by. Any of us will help you pick out the stuff that you need, and we will dissuade you from buying too much of everything on the wall because you don't need it. You don't want it. If you know what you're doing, yeah, go ahead and pick up whatever you want. But if you don't know what you're doing, I had to talk a guy down not long ago from buying pretty much everything up there. I said, you need 2 lures to begin with. And here's what you need. Here's how you hook them up. You're good to go. And that's what he did. So he's ready to go Spanish fishing now. And the Spanish invasion is on. Some of them are right on the beach, I understand, a little bit further south. Some of them are out there just a little way. So come on by. We'll talk to you about it. We also hear the pros. They come in to Tideline Marine on a regular basis, and they share with us what they know and what's biting and where it's biting. And they won't tell you exactly where to go. I mean, nobody does that, but they'll let you know what's going on and what you should be using, because we pick up the same lures. We sell the lures that they use, and we get to share it with you. Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street, on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. There's a small craft advisory in effect through late tonight. Today, northerly winds 10 to 15 knots, diminishing to 5 to 10 in the afternoon. 5 to 7 footers out there right now. Yuck, don't do it. Dominant period 10 seconds. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop this afternoon. Winds out of the west tomorrow, 10 to 15, seas 4 to 5. They're coming down, 2 to 3 on the beach. Dominant period 7 seconds. And on Thursday, southwesterly winds 10 to 15, seas 2 to 4.
And today's going to be beautiful and sunny with a high near 72. Calm
Yay.
winds around 6 miles per hour. Tonight, clear with a low around 45. South winds 3 to 5. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 77. Wednesday night, clear with a low of 51. And Thursday, sunny and a high near 79.
So I can make my plants out there naked again,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Unwrap them.
You can unwrap them here as soon as you're done with the show.
Okay.
We're good to go.
You guys got a garden?
No.
No.
Well, I don't know. Kelly,
Robin with a garden.
not me. I'm not going to say anything because I know
Yes.
Kelly tries real hard.
Yeah, she
Oh, you may as well slap her to do that.
No. I don't mean it that way. I mean, she can.
She tries real hard.
Well, I'm not saying she does anything wrong. It's just that, I don't think our yard or our spaces are conducive to it. But she's growing tomatoes and cucumbers, and the tomatoes that she's growing off the vine have been, oh man, I just eat them right off the vine.
Oh, absolutely.
They're that fresh.
Well, they would be right off the vine, but they ripen. They ripen on the vine.
Thanks
That's
for
the good
making me
thing.
feel stupid here, Rayford.
We should sneak over
She
one
tries
night,
hard.
Rayford, when Robin's not going to be there, and just fill up some garden stuff with plants.
We could do that.
Yeah.
I got extra.
Just not
no
tell
doubt about
Robin.
it.
And then he'll come out one morning like, gosh, Kelly, this looks great.
He'll come out and say, where all these weeds come from? Start tearing them up.
Yeah, she loves her tomatoes, man. She loves her
I
tomatoes.
planted at our other house one year. I like growing peppers, right?
Mhm.
I planted some peppers in the flower bed. They mix it well, and no big deal. My wife thought it was a weed and pulled it out.
Oh, no.
I said, "Where'd my pepper plant go?" She said, "Uh-oh." So she gave it back to me. I replanted it. I had a bumper crop of peppers from that one plant. So it made it just needed a little
I
oxygen.
love peppers.
I do too. My gosh.
All right, I have a question. What exactly are your duties and responsibilities as being a commissioner?
That's not a loaded question.
I was just going to say, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, well, there's but there's only 2 employees that we have direct reports to, and to do the hiring part of it that's the county manager and the clerk. And I say the third is the county attorney. But the biggest job is that a budget, and setting that budget and getting that going forward, because that includes just, all the spending, including fees and things that have to be charged for the usage. And the other is that we deal with a lot of zoning and ordinances and stuff. But even when that comes to us, it's already been through the planning and the planning board.
But you can
or
hear
Board of
appeals.
Adjustments. We hear appeals on that, and then we give the final approval on those type of things.
So handling personnel matters, is that in
No.
your scope of duties?
No.
So maybe going to one of your departments and sitting there and watching employees all day long, is that in your scope of duties?
As an individual.
Okay, so let me clarify that. If you're there, it depends on the purpose. If you're there to learn, to just see what goes on, that's one thing.
Right.
But no, the bottom line is that as Commissioner, as Tim said, he defined it very well. we're kind of like the mayors of Onslow County. There's 7 of us, okay?
Mhm.
And we oversee the budget, zoning issues, things like that. We oversee personnel policies. But it's not our job to go in and individually question employees. That's why they have directors. I covered this last meeting. We have directors. Their people fall under their directors, their line of supervision, and ultimately they fall to the assistant county managers and the county managers. We do not get involved in personnel issues, period.
I could just imagine me as an employee. That would be bad. But then to have one of you to come to me directly, and then I'm caught between a rock and a hard place between you and my boss, my
No.
supervisor.
It's kind of like, well, I can use from my past experience, but the fact that we're commissioners, it's kind of an enigma. Okay, we're commissioners, and so technically we oversee the county, and people think we're in the chain of command, but we're not. We're not in the chain of command. We're not there to get into personnel issues or personnel matters. We're not there to make the decisions to who to fire and who to keep, and what are we, and et cetera. That decision is left up to the directorates, the directors of that particular department. And it's left up to the county manager. That's her job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so by me going constantly to meetings and showing my face, to me, that sets a very bad precedence because it gives a perception problem that we as commissioners are eyeballing what you're doing. We're looking at everything. We're questioning everything. That is not our job, period. We don't do that.
So if I worked in a department, let's say like, I'll just throw one out there, the tax department, and I'm having an issue with the director, say I'm not getting along with him. I go to you. Who are you? Are you going to direct me to where I need to go? Or are you going to take charge of my
I'm going to redirect.
grievance?
I'm going to be honest with you. You came to me, and first thing, I'm a guy that was in the military, and I'm a guy that was also in a professional federal law enforcement agency. Okay, so if you have a problem with your director, and you come to me with this personal problem, I'm going to immediately make you do an about face and go to the assistant county manager that oversees that, or go to the county manager, because that is not
Excellent,
my
yes.
issue.
That's what I thought. And no, speaking of the tax office, I was just using them as an example. Great people, great people. But I do have a question from the chamber director out of Swansboro. How is 22 tax collection coming along, and does the county still publish delinquent taxpayer names in the Daily News?
Okay, yes and no. So what we did, the Daily News only runs 3 times a week, and correct me if I'm wrong. Tim.
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
And we published it on March 25th, and it was
Right.
online.
Right.
And we used the website as well because we got approval to do that. And we checked, and that's what Julie did, or Sharon did, to check with Mike Lazar if that would suffice. The North Carolina General Statute says that we have
Yes.
to advertise.
I
it.
saw where he introduced a bill into the
Exactly.
general statutes to allow the county to use social media, email, et cetera, like that as a means of communication.
And Sharon did that
instead
under
of
the direction
right.
of the Board of Commissioners, because
That's
we
right.
had to find out. It was a very minute issue because we don't have a paper.
That's right.
And so
We don't have a daily paper.
that's
Right.
right. And before in the past, Daily News. And I know on the 25th of March, it was advertised, the people that didn't pay delinquent taxes online. And that's the best avenue that we've seen so far without having a local daily paper that runs routinely. Getting back to the tax collection is proceeding, and it's going very, very well. And I don't know what the percentage is up to, what, 98?
It was 98.73,
75?
75, something like that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
That
real
is
good.
excellent.
Mhm.
Because
And
I
that's-
remember in the past when it was much lower.
Yeah, and those efforts, when it comes to the advertising notices and stuff, that was an attempt to get the information out in a timely fashion and meet the general statute requirements. There was no effort
Mhm.
to not be transparent. There was no effort to circumvent the general statutes. The effort was to be more transparent, to
Mhm.
meet the general statutes, and get that information out timely. We don't have, it comes down to circulation and printing and publication. When it's only 3 days a week, you're limited, and you
That's right.
have to meet the timelines that information
Also
has
has
to
to
go
have a
out.
certain circulation.
That's right. So
Correct.
we're trying what Sharon was wanting to do and discussing it with us was get that information out to as many people as we can. There was no effort to circumvent or keep people from hearing about things. The effort was to make more people aware and be more transparent, because the circulation is not what it used to be. The publication is not what it used to be.
Right.
But the website is access to just about everybody, because most people have cell phones. They can go to the county website and see those things. So anyone that thought it was an effort to hide something is just misinformed and sharing information that's not
Right.
not the
It's
truth.
erroneous.
Well, I have several comments for you in relation to the question I just asked you for our listener. He says, wow, that's a huge savings for the county taxpayers by listing delinquent taxpayers online. It usually costs 18,000 plus to publish and
Exactly.
print those names each year. So that's a huge saving
Yes,
out there for the county. And then we had another comment from Miss Betty. I worked for 48 years for Onslow County and worked with various county managers. Miss Sharon was hands down one of the best in the county administration. When I retired, she was assistant manager. She showed true leadership skills and dedication each day. I have seen her go above and beyond to serve when facing outside forces. So it's nice to read nice comments, and thank you, Sharon, and thank you all for what you do.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. Another good morning.
Yes,
is.
another good morning.
Gentlemen, thank you for coming in.
Well, thank you guys, and
I'll try to get the questions a little easier next
No,
time.
that-
No, I probably won't.
You won't.
you won't. You know,
You
I mean,
won't.
you throw it. We'll answer them the best way you
You know
can.
what Tim said? I sat in on Sports Talk a week and a half ago. Tim was co-hosting. You know what he said at that time?
What?
He said, I know what the callers and the host and everybody here is going to ask me. He says, it's sports related and there's nothing controversial. I don't have a clue what you're going to do.
That's exactly what I said. Sitting in there, I said, "Look, they're just going to throw sports questions at me." There's no nothing. That's our biggest debate was who's the GOAT, Michael Jordan or
Yeah, right.
LeBron James, and that's really just opinion completely.
That
and,
is a good question.
and you don't have to worry about what they're calling in on that
That's
one.
it.
Are you-
Here, you're
are-
like, I don't know what they're going to ask
Are
me.
you co-hosting this Friday?
I may be. I don't know. I got to talk to Chris and see what my jobs required me to do and everything. But I enjoy getting on there with sports. Chris,
I
That's a lot
enjoyed it
of
that
fun.
day. That was fun.
And I just want to say one thing before I leave, because I do have to get to work. But you know,
I need to go to that.
to the citizens and all the listeners out there, you know, we've got a hard-working county staff,
Absolutely.
and you know, from the person on the street, so to speak, to the supervisors, to the directorate, the assistant county managers, to the county manager herself, we have a great staff, and I attribute the success of Onslow County to all those members in the supervisory positions, the directorate positions, and as our county manager. And I gotta throw a shout out, because there's not really much of a shout out to him, but I'm gonna tell you something right now. We probably have the best county attorney that the county's ever had, bar none.
He's always right on it at every
Well,
meeting.
you know, he, like even yesterday in the workshop meeting, if he sees something that, you know, that's not being done correctly, he butts in immediately. And I've been on the
Keeps
phone
you
with him.
straight.
Well,
Yes.
he's very conscientious. He's very determined. He's another one that works around the clock. He
Mhm.
works. If you call him at 9 o'clock at night, and I got a question, I got a legal question, blah blah blah. If he doesn't know the answer, he'll come back and he'll call you back after he's researched it. And Brett DeSelms has been nothing but a great member of the.
Now
Onslow
he's
County staff.
exclusive to the county, right?
What's that?
No.
He's exclusive to the county, or he has.
No, he has another
He has a
practice.
law firm.
Okay.
But he dedicates at least 2 or 3 days a week of his own time. He comes to the county, and he has provided invaluable advice to the county board. And just remember, he represents the board of commissioners, not one commissioner.
Mhm.
He represents us as a whole, and I appreciate
Ooh.
what he does.
And I think
Speaking of
it's-
that, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just
Tim.
going to say, as Ron talking about the hard work, is people do not see the hard work. What we see are the results of the hard work.
Mhm.
It's that old analogy of the duck swimming across the pond. He just looks so graceful going across the pond. But if you just look under the water and see those little web feet going just as hard as they can go, that's what's taking place. We see the results of all the hard work that was done. Tax notices that go out, what we see is the result of the hard work of that tax department and what they put in. The collection rate is the result of the hard work that was done. Number of permits and things that were sent out or that were approved and taken care of by the permitting and the planning department. The results, you don't see all the work that was put into it, and even environmental health and the work. It's just, to me, it's amazing the amount of work that is done for people to see the results and never realize how much was done for that to take place. So I agree with Robin. You got to give a shout out to the people that work in Onslow County. They do a heck of a job.
I just one question about the tax department. I wonder if you could pay every month in advance.
Someone did ask me about that, and I'm not sure what that answer was.
Well, I
but
gotta
Kevin
find out.
Turner was going to get back with that to find out, just because someone said, I'd really love to be able to pay monthly
In advance.
in advance to take care of this. And I referred to him. That was that moment. I had no idea.
I think
So I
I'll- I
referred
think
him
I'll
to
ask.
Kevin. Yep.
Find out.
Well, I have another question from a listener. You want to go to commercial first, or you want me to just ask?
Go
Kevin?
ahead, because Robin's got to
Okay.
get going.
Can either Robin or Tim give an update on the runway expansion at OAJ?
That's I think that's part of the agenda on Monday is some more approval of some stuff that's moving forward.
So
with
stand
that.
by with that.
So there's a lot of
Okay.
work getting done, and that's getting closer and closer to getting completed. I'm looking forward to that, to getting that done.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank
We
y'all
do
very
it-
much.
do it-
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
All right.
Yep, thank y'all. Have a
Thank
great
you
See
day.
you
for
soon.
keeping us updated and informed.
All right, let's take a break. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WSME.
If you're in search of quality outdoor and patio furniture, look no further than Home Decor Outlet, 3080 Richlands Highway, next to Mr. Discount, in the old Johnson Drug Store location. Home Decor Outlet carries American-made, environmentally friendly outdoor and patio furniture that actually floats. Priced 70% below department store prices. You'll find side tables, benches, gliders, rockers, and lounge chairs in many colors to choose from. Built to last with virtually no maintenance. In addition to quality outdoor and patio furniture, Home Decor Outlet accessories from candles, bedding, comforters, lamps, almost anything for your home business, cottage, or condo. Make outdoor living comfortable, convenient, and affordable. Visit Home Decor Outlet in the old Johnson Drug Store, next to Mr. Discount, 3080 Richlands Highway, right here in Jacksonville. Phone 910-333-0233.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Good morning, you bad, beautiful bosses. This is Carrie Cobb, your boss mortgage broker from Empire Financial, NMLS 1987537.
And good morning, beautiful people. This is Donna Riggs, your local realtor, here with LPT Realty in Onslow County and the surrounding areas of North Carolina. Your boss tip for today is to stop renting and start owning, because now is the right time to buy a home. Contact our team and let us help you approach the home buying process the boss way by building opportunities through simple solutions.
Text or call your lender today at 910-382-2188 or your realtor at 910-340-0224. Empire Financial, NMLS 2108504. Equal Opportunity Employer and Housing Lender. Visit empirefi.com for terms and conditions. www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011 B Bridges Street, Morehead City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
You know, in the current edition of the Topsail Times, they've got a story about an alligator down in Wilmington.
Oh.
There at, I guess, building inspectors were going into a home that was under construction to check it out, and on the 3rd floor crawled up an alligator. They had to get animal control to come and get rid of that little sucker.
They'd have to call EMS for me. Oh, no.
But you know, there are a lot of alligators in the eastern part of North Carolina. And I just checked the picture that I posted a couple of days ago of my little buddy down there on this log with a
picture.
turtle. 4,500 people have logged onto that thing.
Yes, it's a
on
beautiful
Facebook.
picture.
It
That
was
is
interesting.
wall-worthy.
And the good interest, let's see, you had 914 people dealing with the Sir Onslow story.
Oh yes,
That
it's
was
going to be
good.
another segment coming up tonight.
I like history, especially
yes,
local history.
we started a history series on Onslow County first on how it was named after Sir Arthur Onslow,
Yeah.
who never stepped foot in Onslow County, and then we did another segment on the early settlers.
Yeah.
And we will continue tonight with another factual story.
All right. Steve, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, guys.
Do you mind if we take
Morning,
a quick,
Todd.
can you put you on hold? We take a quick break here?
Sure.
All right,
Yeah,
thank you.
hold on.
Don't go away. You're live and local, Real Talk. We'll be right back.
Does your big dog sound like this? Does it look about the same? Then take your big dog to Bill's Cycle Salvage.
Captain America, I'm Billy.
Now, we never said Bill was a sane man. But he sure has some cool stuff like leather chaps, vests, and jackets.
Oh, I've got a helmet.
Accessories for you and your bike, saddlebags, seat jewelry, keychains.
These ain't no pork chops. These are U.S.
Bill can even order customized items.
I think I'll order kidneys because I left mine out there on the road somewhere.
Magazines, videos, t-shirts, ball caps. Come on into Bill's Cycle Salvage, 921 Marine Boulevard. Everyone is welcome.
Troublemakers.
Bill's got plenty of accessories to make your big dog look like a big dog. Sure, you can buy the parts at Bill's for Harley and try to fix it yourself, but
You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, Buck?
Bill's Cycle Salvage, 921 Marine Boulevard for the Harley enthusiasts.
That's what it's all about.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
Spring is here. That means fishing and vacation season. Make sure your car or truck is ready for Battlefield Automotive, 1214 West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro. If your check engine light is on, you may be looking at an expensive repair bill down the road, complicated by extreme temperatures and an engine that's not prepared to handle it. The pros at Battlefield Automotive can check your battery, starter, and charging system, charge and repair air conditioning systems to keep you cool, and tune up your engine. They do everything from oil changes to brakes to transmission repair, and they carry a complete line of accessories. Battlefield Automotive are experts in both domestic and foreign car and truck repair, and guarantee all their work using only ASC certified mechanics. So whether it's a battery, a simple hose, tune up, or just getting your ride ready for the getaway, call 910-325-0828. Visit Battlefield Automotive today. Corbett Road, Highway 24 in Swansboro. Again, the number for Battlefield Automotive is 910-325-0828.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local carrier indoor weather team, serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vented cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any other reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax. We're on the way.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we got back here, and Steve's been holding patiently. Hey, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
Hey guys, how's it going this morning?
Doing good.
Been busy. I was
Rayford's
listening
being
to
evil,
Chuck.
but all's good.
I was just,
I want to talk about something y'all brought up this morning. Is very important to my heart. Is how good them tomatoes are going to be when they come out.
Oh my
I
God! Just
can't
wait and see.
wait. Do you use
But,
mayonnaise or salad dressing when you make your sandwich?
I can't believe you would even ask me that. And then next you're going to ask me if I use Hellman's, right?
No. I'm just curious.
Duke's mayonnaise is
Thank
is-
you.
Yeah, that's all.
Yes.
That's what I prefer. I know
I
the
used to
others
be,
aren't bad, but that's
yeah,
what
I used to
prefer.
be a Miracle Whip girl when I made my tomato sandwiches, but then I got a hold of Duke's mayonnaise, and I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
salt and pepper.
I want to throw a garden tip out right quick before y'all
Okay.
get out of there. Is to tell everybody same thing with tomatoes as with cucumbers as with everything in your garden. Do not let it completely ripen on the plant.
Nope.
It sends out a
Good
hormone to the plant
advice.
to tell it that it's done for the year and it will start dying. So everything you want to clip it just a little bit before it's completely ripe. With tomatoes, if you can clip a cluster of like 3 or however many's in a cluster, clip it off like they do at the grocery store with just that little bit of vine that holds them together.
Mhm.
And
I
you
didn't
can let them
realize
ripen right there on
plants
the
were
counter.
females.
They won't be quite as sweet as they would be if you let them go completely red on the plant, but it's going to be bad for your plant if you do that. And the same thing for peppers, watermelons, cantaloupes, anything with a vine, almost any plant.
Good advice.
And when I buy a watermelon, I always let it set up for about 3 days
Yes.
because it's generally been put on ice so they can ship it in a cooler.
Yeah.
And by the time it gets here, and then they take it out, their ice box at the grocery store or wherever, and then they put it on the shells or put it in a big box or whatever. It's still cool. And you'll find that out if you go in when they first put them in there. You can feel how cold they are. Then just let it sit up and mellow for a few
As soon
days.
as I get home, I'm just like chopping that thing up.
Now, pineapples, you know what
I
you do with
learned from you,
pineapples.
yes.
You wait till you can smell them before you cut them.
And they're kind of yellow
I
on the
think-
outside.
Yep.
I tried to grow watermelons for several years before I found out that you're supposed to cut it as soon as you get the first melon on the vine. Don't let multiple melons grow.
Mm.
Oh,
And
really?
once I learned that, I had success with growing the little icebox watermelons then.
Mm.
But,
Nice.
Yeah, well, my granddaddy was he was famous for his watermelons, but he would plant a whole field full of them.
Mm.
He had the nice
yeah, under
sandy
the right
soil.
conditions, you can let vines grow with multiple melons.
Yeah,
but,
well, he did.
yeah.
And he had some fine ones, I will tell you that. My dad planted some when I was a kid, and we had 40-pound watermelons. Literally, it was
Ooh.
more than I could pick up in most cases.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, some of those has won some state fair ribbons. You'd be amazed. Those and the pumpkins, it's insane how big they can get.
Yeah. Well, my granddaddy had some giant seeds one time. He planted a few of them. They didn't taste as good, but I'll tell you what, he had some that were approaching 100 pounds. Yeah. Yeah. Just-
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you letting me jump in.
Thank you,
Y'all
sir.
Have a blessed day.
You too, Steve.
Take care. Good growing.
And I have a
You too.
public service announcement
Okay.
that I would like to make.
Let her rip.
The Beirut Memorial Wall is being closed effective yesterday through July because they're doing water damage repairs. The rest of the gardens is open, but the wall itself is closed in the parking lot adjacent to it while they make all these repairs. So, but the rest of the gardens, like I said, are open. You can go visit, but the wall itself will be closed.
All right.
It's a shame. Already making repairs.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
It's
it's
the
been
way
there
it
for a
works.
while, but yeah, wall granite panels. It was damaged, water damage on it. So
All right. We got Dr. Rose tomorrow morning, right?
yes, we do.
And
And then we're going to have Jacksonville's Fire Marshal Brian Kelly coming in.
yep. Now you're going to talk about, trying to
Fire
stay safe.
prevention.
Fire prevention around your home primarily, but I'll tell you
Yes.
something else. When we've got all these winds that have been blowing,
Oh, definitely.
you really need to be very careful with even a charcoal fire in your backyard. When you finish with that thing, those coals are still there, and if gust of wind picks them up, and you're near a home, if you're near the woods, and some of those hot coals end up there, you can be in a mess. And if you're on your deck,
Oh, yes,
don't
definitely.
do that. Just take it off the deck. You know, that's just not real smart.
That goes for people out there renting these beach condos
Oh,
for a week
absolutely.
or so. You know, they're out there, they're excited. They've got a grill going on the back deck, and you've got the winds coming in off the ocean. So a
And
lot
the,
of
and the
things
other
to be
thing is
careful
for you
of.
guys who go down to the beaches, whether it's in the 4-wheel drive area or you just walk over to the beach and you take one of those little grills and you
Yes.
cook out. Don't just dump those coals.
Oh no.
I know a kid, and even if you
I
put a
do
layer of
too.
sand on them, I know a kid. She walked over them. She was in the hospital.
Oh,
She was
that's
like
terrible.
4 years old.
Yes.
That is just mean.
I had a niece that happened too, and she had to have skin grafts
Mm.
on the arch of her foot. It was just bless her heart.
So don't do things like that. Okay.
Yes.
All right, we're going to take a leave
Wow.
about 22 hours, and we'll be back on the other side. And tomorrow morning, same time, same channel. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom, 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME.
SME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. The U.S. and Philippines holding their largest war drills in decades near disputed waters. Fox's Jonathan Savage in London.
The disputed South China Sea and the Taiwan Strait are the locations, and more than 17,500 military personnel are involved. Warships, fighter jets, missiles, and anti-tank weapons all being put to the test.
In a live fire